If you're thinking about getting into heating and air conditioning, one of the most common questions that I get asked is HVAC stressful and is HVAC easy? These are both fantastic questions. I'm Scott Sylvan Bell, coming to you live from Sacramento, California on a perfect day to talk about sales and business and a fantastic day to talk about you. All right, so here's the thing. There are a lot of really good industries out there. There are a lot of industries that you can run into some problems. And I'm going to share with you, heating and air is no different. There are some fantastic owners. There are some fantastic managers. There are some fantastic employees, technicians, installers. And then there's always like the 3 to 5% in the industry that ruin it for everybody, okay? So from the ease standpoint, every job's got its ups and downs. Even what I do during the day has got its ups and downs. There is nothing that's going to be perfectly easy. Now, it depends upon the role and the scope that you choose to accept. If you want to be a technician, easy may be partially true, but stressful as well, just like anything else. You have to diagnose issues. You're under the gun. You're under the pressure. You have a whole bunch of appointments stacked behind you if it's hot or if it's cold. You have people who are upset. And if you've never been in sales before, you're going to be asked to sell, right? So like sometimes when I would hire technicians or not hire technicians, one of the questions we ask is like, hey, are you prepared to sell? And sometimes they'd be like, I don't want to sell. I'm like, well, that's part of the gig. And then, well, I don't want to do that. Well, then don't be a technician. You could go be an installer. Well, install is just as hard. You're in tight spaces. It's hot. It's cold. You have to know code. You have to know general carpentry. And if you're a salesperson, we're going to go down all the rules for sales, okay? All the rules for sales state, hey, listen, this is going to be hard until. And that's going to be true for any job you decide to pick. It's going to be hard until. Now, here's the thing. If you want to be better at sales, you want to be good at what you do, you should absolutely join HVACTechSecrets.com. I'll give you the goods. Not in the Facebook group, not in the YouTube channel, which means private coaching, private training, discounted coaching, discounted training. It's an email publication. Sometimes I try to sell you stuff to buy really cool Aloha shirts and trips to Hawaii, right? So here is what happens. There is a learning bell curve that you start down here and everything is hard. And then you do the climb and you learn your skills, your talents, your capabilities. And then it becomes a mental game. It's not the skills and the talents. It's you against you in sales first. It's you against sales against everybody else second. What happens is you become normal to conversation. So like, I was asked to speak at a live event. And my question wasn't like, oh my goodness, I'm going to be scared. My question was like, cool, when is it and how many people are going to be there? I've spoken in front of enough groups live and on Zoom that like, it's normal to me now. So you normalize your skills, your talents, your capabilities over time. And so what happens is things get easier. In the beginning, it's super stressful. It's super hard. It's super difficult, but the reward is there. You just have to put in the time, the effort, and the energy. And here's what happens is I will see people jump from job to job to job thinking that it's going to be easy, right? Somewhere in their mind, they're like, hey, this is going to be easy. As a consultant, as a coach, as a trainer, as an advisor, in the beginning, everything was freaking hard, right? And now I don't get stumped very often. Now I don't have a tough time closing some of the deals that I used to. So it's relative to what you're doing and what you're trying to do. Is HVAC technician stressful? Is HVAC technician easy? It can be, and it can't be. Right? But if you're like, hey, Scott, I really don't like tight spaces. I really don't like to sell. I really don't like to be under pressure. I really don't like to work with my hands. I'm thinking of all the things that I've been told before. I really don't want to be out in the evenings. I really don't want to have to drive. I'm like, these are all the things that you're going to have to do. In the beginning, it will be hard. HVAC technician will be hard and it will be stressful. After a couple of years, it gets easier. After a couple of years after that, it gets a lot easier. But you still have the problems. I was talking to a sales guy that's been in the industry for 15 years. And we talked on Friday of this last week. And he was like, hey, Scott, I'm really struggling. I'm like, well, tell me what's going on. Let's fix some boo-boos. Let's get you all straightened out. Then he told me what's going on. I said, well, you know what? Here's what your issues are, A, B, and Z, or A, B, and Z. Why don't you get these things fixed? And so it's this right here is the toughest client you got. It's you. You're your toughest client. And if you can get past that, you're going to be okay. You got one of three things to do from here. Just one of three. Find the subscribe button, click on it, and every time I send out a video, you'll get an update. 2, hit follow. 3, you know what you got to do. Share this video with a friend. We'll see you soon. Thanks for watching.